Good morning, everyone. I hope that you are enjoying your holidays. This is just a quick video to answer some questions and some comments that came up yesterday on one of my smoking videos. People love to comment on my smoking videos. It's so interesting to me. So the biggest comment I get is, I'm not a smoker, so I wouldn't do this. So I'm not a smoker either. There are lots of things I do in my magical practice that I just do during that ritual that I don't make a habit out of. For instance, I use chicken feet in some of my rituals. I don't make a habit of playing with chicken feet every day. Sometimes I use graveyard dirt in rituals that I do. I don't go play in the graveyard dirt every day. Sometimes, I have to do like a mouthful of rum and spit it out in offering for the beginning of a ritual. I don't walk around spitting out rum all day. So just because you have to do something one time for ritual doesn't make you a smoker, doesn't make you a rum drinker, doesn't make you a grave digger. It doesn't make you a chicken foot player with her, okay? So it's okay to do one thing sometimes for a spell or ritual. That's kind of why it's special. The other comment I get is, and if you don't know what video I'm talking about, go right to the video before this one. It'll be one of my witch tip videos, okay? The other comment I get a lot is, it's impossible to write on a cigarette 9 times. So, and I have screenshots of these comments, but I don't like to do that because then I have to take the time to black out the person's name and then like show the comment. And personally, I was taught not to play with pigs because they'll get you dirty and then they'll enjoy watching that happen. So that's why I don't do that. The other comment I get is, it's impossible to write that 9 times on a cigarette, okay? It is possible. You just haven't thought of a good way to do it. So sometimes in spell work, when it seems like it's something that you personally can't figure out, doesn't mean that there's not a way to figure it out. It just means that you need to be a little bit more forward thinking and a little more clever with your thoughts. So it says to write the name of the person 9 times on the cigarette. It never says that it can't overlap. So if you cannot write small enough or find a fine enough tip pen, you can just overlap the name. It can only fit on there twice if you want to, as long as you just go over it so that it equals the 9 times. So once again, just because you didn't think of it doesn't mean that it's impossible. Oh, okay. Good, I got back on. The other comment I got is, you should use regular tobacco leaves. And that kind of takes away the point of, you can use regular tobacco leaves in spell work and offerings. We do that a lot. This specifically talks about using a cigarette. And so what we're trying to do is to preserve these folk magic traditions. So by changing them and completely wiping that out, that's not preserving it. It's not preserving our history. It's not preserving what my family taught me. So could I modify it and do it a different way? Yes, but I would be losing this huge piece of folk magic history and something that my family taught me. So I don't just want to change it. Even if you think I should. It doesn't really matter to me what you think I should do in my practice. So a lot of comments I got were, you shouldn't smoke and you should just use tobacco. If you want to get your own tobacco, which I do sell whole dried tobacco leaves on my website, and get that pulverized and roll your own cigarette and do this with your own rolled cigarette, that's absolutely fine. What's not okay to do is to come on somebody's page and say that they should stop doing a part of a family tradition that they were taught, okay? There will be some things that don't apply to you on witchcraft or spirituality pages because they don't apply to your path and you don't align with them. And that's okay. So what needs to happen here, and this is a really great magical tip that is very, very important that you learn for your manifestation process. And it's called, when you read about something that doesn't align with your personal path and you feel the need to comment, don't. Or you can comment, that is so interesting. I don't think that personally aligns with my practice, but thank you so much for teaching me another way or teaching me about a tradition I'd never heard of. You can also comment, that is so awesome. I learned something new. You can also comment, thanks so much for making this content. I really appreciate it. I'm going to pass this on to somebody I think could use it. Or you could say, thanks so much. I just wanted to drop a comment. Super cool tip. It's not something I'm comfortable using, but you know what? Somebody else will use it. And thank you so much for, sharing your path and being open about it so other people can learn. So what's the missing part here of your manifestation is manners. When you have manners and you use your brain to thoughtfully make a comment that expresses how you're feeling, but without being rude, condescending, negative, or trying to tell a 42-year-old what to do with their spiritual practice, when you learn how to reword things like that, you can write any spell. You get so good at writing spells and writing petitions and writing your goals when you really learn how to use your words well. So I just want to really encourage you to bring those manners out in your petitions and write in a way that is positive and uplifting and draws in more of what you want. So it'll draw in more of what you want if you say, thank you so much for passing along that knowledge. I'm so grateful to see something different. Then, you shouldn't be smoking cigarettes. I don't need anybody getting on my page telling me at 42 years old what to do. My mother is dead and she couldn't even tell me what to do when she was alive. So if you have nothing nice to say about somebody putting time into sharing content, and if you cannot be forward thinking and clever with your thoughts in order to leave a positive but engaging and still honest comment, all of the things that I said were honest. I'm not asking anybody to lie and say, oh yeah, I'm going to use that tip, when they're like, oh, this girl's ridiculous. You can say that in your mind later. Just don't comment it on people's pages. And you'll be so amazed how much better your spell work and your petitions start to turn out when you really take control of your thoughts and words and start putting them into aligning for uplifting and drawing the things in that you want on your social media and in your life, versus just being really condescending and looking really bitter and lonely. Okay, so I hope that this video was really helpful as to how to get the most out of the spiritual pages that you follow, and have a beautiful and polite day filled with manners and grace. Take care.